Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest. I think I might do this daily rundown video a little bit different. In fact, I might call this video a breakout alert video. In fact, we've had three companies in three successive days breaking out or potentially breaking out. And I actually want to focus on these three companies in today's video because, to be honest with you, nothing much else happened on the ASX today. A few things happened, but not much else. So the ASX actually was down a little bit. Small orders down over 1%. Resources down 1%. In fact, if you have a look at the different sectors today, real estate and healthcare had a really good day, while energy materials had a pretty bad day. So it all depends on what sector you're in. And gold down 1.26%. So interesting day on the markets in terms of movement. But to be honest with you, I find every single day interesting. So I may not be the best judge of what happened today. Now, in terms of companies breaking out, uh, we found a company potentially breaking out today on the very first announcement that was released. And that company, in fact, I might have to log in because I haven't logged in. There we go. Log in. That company was Fisher Paykel Healthcare. So let's have a look at the announcements today. I'll show you that announcement. And then I'll also have a look at Boom Logistics, which potentially was or is trying to break out on a profit upgrade released yesterday, which was the 21st of March. And then we'll also have a look at Tuas, which released their results on the 20th of March. And so three companies potentially breaking out. And just to let you know, for full disclosure purposes, I have actually trading right now. I've added a trading position in both TUA and Fisher and Paykel Healthcare, but not Boom Logistics. But even though I have not or am not trading Boom Logistics right now, doesn't mean it's not a potential breakout. So let's have a look at the first announcement released today. Rectify Technology, reinstatement to quotation. The share price of that company is going to nosedive on Monday. Oh, that's my prediction right now. Star Entertainment Group CEO and Managing Director departure and appointment of Executive Director Chairman. Could that be a turnaround for the company? I don't know. Anyway, so another company released the half-year results. Allegra Medical Technologies. I know nothing about that company. Markup 3.5 million. Anyway, so let's go to the very first announcement of the day, which is sort of the announcement I want to focus on right now. And that's the reason, in fact, apart from Electric Optic Systems, they did release an announcement today in terms of their capital raising, but they have not got back to trading. More than likely, the share price will open about $1.80, $1.85. A $35 million fully written placement and $5 million share purchase plan in regards to accelerating growth. I don't really want to talk about that right now because I might actually sell out my position, my trading position in that company. Another company I was actually looking to see how they performed today was Develop Global. Resource upgrade paves way for funding production strategy. Share price did not really behave. But the announcement I want to focus on today, in fact, this was the announcement that really interests me, Fisher Paykel Healthcare. Fisher Paykel Healthcare updates financial year 24 revenue and earnings guidance. This is exactly the type of announcement I'm looking for. They released this announcement at 7:30 a.m. The reason I released it so early is because they're New Zealand based. Anyway, now the title itself doesn't necessarily mean this is an upgrade. So I'm really interested in upgrades. And if this is an upgrade, there is a chance, and I've already given away, I have taken a position in this company, a trading position. And if it was an upgrade, I might have taken a position in this company. So this is before trading began. So Fisher Paykel updates financial year 24 revenue and earnings guidance, and this was an upgrade, a very slight upgrade. So they've increased revenue by a small amount, a very small amount, like $300,000 or maybe $3 million or something like that. And they've increased underlying profit after tax from between 250 to 260 million up to between 260 and 265 million. Now, you might be laughing saying, well, that's not much of an upgrade, but it's an upgrade. And when you see a company release any sort of upgrade, no matter how ridiculous it might seem, the market is going to react really well to that particular announcement. And the market did react well. Share price of Fisher Paykel up 7.71% today. And this is a breakout. And I'll show you why this is a breakout in a second and why I took a trading position in this company. Not an open, just after open. And then we'll also have a look at the other two breakouts, TUA, which I do think is a breakout, and also the potential breakout of Boom Logistics. And that is all I'm going to talk about in today's video, just focusing on these three companies. Now, quite a few comments left in yesterday's video. I'll talk about these. I'll look at some of these comments in my Monday's video. So hang on toughly if you want some answers. There were a few questions here, and also some very nice comments. Another comment from Liam Jones talking about timestamps are needed. I sort of do understand that, to be honest with you, but I just hate doing timestamps. Really hate it. But anyway, I think one of the ways around timestamps, me not wanting to do timestamps, is to do shorter videos. And maybe this sort of video as well, where I'm just talking about three companies. And if I only talk about three companies, I actually would be willing to do a timestamp around that. Some of the other comments I'll talk about, thoughts on Paladin, I'll talk about that in Monday. Talk about WAF and WOW. No, that's not Woolworths. That's just saying it go well. And some really actually nice comments in here. So keep the comments, the really nice comments coming, because my head needs to be a little bit bigger. Anyway, so I'll talk about those comments on Monday's video, but let's have a look at these three potential breakouts. In fact, I'm calling it right now that Tuas and Fisher Paykel are breaking out. Now, in fact, I'm not going to even look at the announcements. I'm just going to look at charts right now, and I'll talk about why these are breakouts just by looking at the charts. So three potential breakouts. In fact, I'm thinking of actually doing a video series, and the video series is just this stock is breaking out, and that's all it is. And maybe I should just do three individual videos on these three breakouts, and maybe I can call the video series Breakouts. This company's breaking out. So let's have a look, not at Zillow. I don't know why Zillow is up. Maybe because the share price was up, maybe. So let's start off with TUA, because that was the first company. So we'll go TUA. I'm not even sure how to pronounce this company. It's Tuas. So is it TUA? Is it S silent, or is it Tuas? I don't know. So Tuas did release their results on Wednesday, the 20th of March. And the chart is a beautiful chart. This is a great looking chart. Now, there was a breakout in November. I should have seen that, because it was a beautiful breakout. I'm pretty sure that would have been on the back of AGM, but I could be mistaken, the 13th of November. So let's have a look to see if that was a breakout on the 13th of November. If it did coincide with an AGM, that would be sort of thing I should not miss, because that's one thing I am looking for now. So what date was it? AGM was the 1st of December. Probably why I did miss it, because that was not the 1st of December. 1st of December was right there. So share price broke out, and then the AGM happened on the 1st of December, a little bit after the breakout. Probably why I missed it. But even though it's not a traditional breakout on the 1st of December, this was sort of confirmation of the breakout, and the share price has gone significantly higher since then. And this is another reason why sometimes just relying on looking at announcements to verify a breakout may not be an absolute in this case, because this is a beautiful breakout when it happened on the 13th of November. And then we got confirmation with the AGM, and we have got further confirmation with the company releasing their results. And a beautiful chart. Some good volume coming in. That's also what I look at. Not only that, really good volume over the last month or so. I think I mentioned that on the video that I released on the 20th of March. But just look at what the share price has done the last 3 days. It has gone up. So 12.8% on the day they released the results. The next day, the share price increased 1.6%. Today, the share price has increased 4.2% on a day where the overall market was down. So the market really likes this announcement, and this is exactly what I'm looking for in a trade. Now, I have no idea how long I'm going to own this company for. I have no idea when I'm going to sell, because I have no target price. I could be holding to it for the next 6 months, for the next year. If the company keeps releasing positive announcements, if they keep releasing upgrades, I could be owning this company for the next 2 or 3 years. So I'm going to be waiting until I get a signal to sell. So there's no reason to sell right now, because the share price is up. I bought it at $3.80. Share price is already at $4. So it's a nice little 5% rise in the share price over a small period of time. I'm happy with how it's performing already. And I'm pretty sure this share price is now at an all-time high. Another thing you might look at is just 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart. So we can see when the share price opened up, Share price opened up about 360. Share price moved fairly quickly, went sideways, and then it dipped down back to 360. Put a line right there. All you have to do is just put a line right there. It tested and then started to bounce again. These will become relevant when we talk about Fisher Paykel later today. And when it bounced, it just kept on going. So a nice looking chart, no matter what time period you're looking at, 5-minute chart, weekly chart, daily chart, they're all looking pretty good for Tuas. And this is regardless of what the company is doing. I'm pretty sure they're operating cash flow positive by a fair bit, about $20, $30 million. Pretty sure they might be free cash flow positive. And so this is the good thing about charting or technical analysis. You don't really have to know much about the company. Just look at the chart. And the market loves what's happening with Tuas right now. And they've been loving what's happening with Tuas for the last 3 months at least. Let's go back to the daily chart and just look. Before that, there wasn't much happening. So there's a really nice bull market for this company in 2021. Then the share price went sideways for a long time. So you can just see by looking at the chart for Tuas that sometimes these periods where the share price appreciates happens over a short period of time, and then nothing happens for a long period of time. So it is good to take advantage of when the market is bullish on a company, and the market is really bullish on Tuas right now. Not sure how long it's going to last. Okay, another company that had a potential breakout is Boom Logistics. Not my favorite company. I have had a look at this company in the past. And to be honest with you, this is probably the definition of a low-quality company. But this company is profitable. And I'm pretty sure the PE ratio of this company based off their profit upgrade, and there was a profit upgrade, exactly what I'm looking for, PE ratio of this company is now going to be less than 10 if the share price doesn't appreciate. Now, look at the weekly chart, nothing to get excited there. So this is sort of an indication this company is not high quality. In fact, more than likely low quality. And I'm pretty sure I discussed that even though a company can be low quality, you can still take advantage of any shift in sentiment. And we have seen periods of time when the share price of Boom Logistics moves into uptrends, but those periods aren't that long, maybe a year or two. But you can still take advantage of that. And possibly with the start of another period, the share price of this company moves into an extended uptrend. And one of the reasons behind that is because the company released a profit upgrade. Now, a few reasons why I have not taken a position in this company. First, not very liquid. And we can see that today. And this is why, one of the reasons why I was turned off about trading Boom Logistics. So volume today was only 193,000 shares. Trades, only 8 trades. Now compare that, say, to TUA, which had 3,007 trades, and Fisher Paykel, which had 874,000 trades. That's one of the reasons why I am hesitant about Boom Logistics. It is illiquid. 8 trades today. In fact, if you look at the summary or the course of sales trade, you get more than 1 page. And that is a little bit of a red flag for me in terms of trading. Would I own this company for the longer term to take advantage of a potential longer term uptrend? Maybe. That's when I might take a trading position in this company. But I'd have to be in terms of one of my rules in terms of a trading position is if the share price goes down 10%, take your loss. And that is probabilistic when it comes to companies like this that are illiquidly traded. The share price tomorrow or the next trading day might drop by 2 cents on very low volume. Maybe. Let's have a look at the orders. Maybe. And that's just a symptom of these illiquidly traded companies. And also when the share price is down low, like 14.5 cents. So I am thinking that maybe I should only trade really highly liquid companies. In fact, that's one of my rules. Only trade liquid companies and also companies whose share price is higher or are higher than about 10 cents, 20 cents, or even 30 cents. So maybe higher than 50 cents. Maybe higher than 20 cents. I would become a little bit nervous once we're getting down to 10 cents, just because, particularly if it's a highly liquid company, just because the share price could be quite volatile from day to day. And I don't want that if I am trading. Now, I have not completely ruled out the possibility of making a trade in this type of company or even in Boom Logistics. I have not ruled that out, but it's not my favorite type of trade because of these reasons I have mentioned. And if you just look at the chart now, the daily chart, it is on the precipice of really breaking out. Share price at 14.5 cents is at a 1-year high, and we have seen some good volume coming in. So some good volume coming in, and that makes me think sentiment is starting to shift positive for this company. And even the profit upgrade looked pretty good as well. Some of the commentary in there makes me think maybe this is a potential trade. Now on to Fisher Paykel. So let's have a look at why this is a breakout. So, and this I believe is a breakout. So a positive announcement, a profit upgrade, exactly what I'm looking for. The other thing I'm looking for is high volume. So relative volume, looking at the volume now compared to what you usually see for this company. I think we do get a tick there, higher than usual volume. And also what I'm looking for is at least a 6-month high. Now, the company did have the AGM. I'm pretty sure they had the AGM in November, 29th of November. I can confirm that. It might have been another profit upgrade. Let's have a look. 29th of November. We have to look at 1 year. 29th of November. Oh, the half-year report. So the company released the half-year report on the 29th of November, and the market liked it. Of course, they're a New Zealand company, and they're trading, or the year is a little bit, financial year is a little bit different than ours. So on that particular day, the 29th of November, share price went up 7.8%, 7.9% on good volume. So this was a potential breakout. The only thing going against this potential breakout was the share price was not at a 6-month high. In fact, the share price at that point was at a 4-month high. And then the share price slowly went upwards. So there was a little bit of resistance, and that little bit of resistance caused the share price to go higher. In fact, on that day, 29th of November, if you look at the 1-day candlestick, there was a bit of selling during the day. So the share price went to a high of $23.23, but closed at $22.20. That's an indication there was some selling during the day. There is some resistance. And in fact, the share price moved into a resistance zone. That resistance zone is between $23 and $23.50. And when the share price went into that zone, so the high on the day was 22, the high was on that day was $23.23, which was right in smack dab in the middle of that zone. And then we saw some selling. And during the next 3 months after the 29th of November, whenever the share price went into that resistance zone between $23 and $23.50, we saw the share price pull back. It happened on that day. It happened on the 15th of December. It happened between the 5th and the 8th of February. Share price actually went above that zone very briefly and then pulled back violently, went into this zone again for about 6 or 7 trading days, and then fell out of that zone again to the downside. So without doubt, between $23 and $23.50 was a pretty important level for this company. We never see the share price get above this level. So on open today, I wanted to see the share price get above $23.50. So what do you think the share price opened at? $23.60. What do you think the share price stayed above? $23.50. In fact, $23.50 was the low. In fact, the low was $23.49. Now, let's have a look at the 5-minute chart. And I was following the movement of the share price in this company all day. In fact, let's have a look at the 1-minute chart. Okay, and this is fascinating. So that resistance zone between $23 and $23.50, I wish I could shade this in, but I can't. So the top, hopefully you can see the top of that zone. And if not, I might just increase the size of the, there we go. There it is. So the share price did exactly what I wanted to on open. It opened at $23.60. In that first, in fact, into the second minute of trading, share price fell to $23.50. No, $23.49. Remember, $23.50 is the top of this resistance zone. And as soon as it hit $23.49, it zoomed higher. In fact, it went all the way up to $24.10. And then there was a little bit of weakness, a little bit of selling came in. Share price went all the way back down to guess what price? $23.50. At 10.23, it hit $23.50. And there was a little bit of bounce. And then a few minutes later, about 10 to 15 minutes later, share price went to $23.51. just hovered around $23.51 or 50 cents for the next 3 minutes and then took off. And that was it. That is the market testing $23.50, the top of the resistance zone. This is perfect technical analysis, perfect resistance testing, testing a resistance level, and then it bounced off. And I took a position in this company at $24. So probably the best trade would have been buying in at $23.50 or 60 cents, but I bought on the bounce at $24. And the share price finished at $24.18. In fact, the one-day candlestick was pretty good. So the buying overwhelmed the selling during the day, and this is the definition of a breakout. Share price closed at $24.18. The last time the share price was $24.18 was in May of last year. So we're at about a 10-month high for Fisher and Paykel. So this, based off my rules, is a buy, a breakout and a buy. I don't know which way the share price is going to go from here, but the probability is in my favor. That's why it's a buy. More than likely, share price will go higher from here. Doesn't mean it definitely will, but I'm just playing the odds at this point in time. And again, just like at Tuas, I do not have a target price. I do think there's going to be a little bit of resistance up here, just under $26, because that was a high in May of last year. So I think that's going to be a resistance zone as well. But if the share price can get above $26, we've got a multi-year high for Fisher and Paykel, and that would be a bullish sign. I actually did trade Fisher and Paykel for a short period of time back towards the end of 2022 into 2023 because of this uptrend, and I got out when the share price broke out of that uptrend fairly quickly. Anyway, so that's all I'm going to have for you in this particular ASX Daily Rundown video. 3 breakouts to look at: TUA or Tuas, Boom Logistics, and Fisher and Paykel. If you have any questions, any thoughts, leave those in the comment section of this video. If you want something answered, leave those comments in this video and answer those questions in next Monday's video. And last thing I should mention is I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.